Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Awaken October Challenge. Today is Tuesday, October 16th. It is our evening meditation, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So nice to see you all this evening. This evening we have a very special hypnotic induction script, actually, that goes back quite a ways. And it is a unity consciousness induction. So very excited to have found it and looking forward to doing it this evening. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Carol. How are you both this evening? Beautiful, beautiful day out here. You know, it was about 15 degrees, sunshine, crisp wind, beautiful fall day. We went and played some tennis, actually. It was a lot of fun in the sunlight. It was really nice. So I hope, it is my hope always that these meditations are beneficial and that you are having positive experiences and experiencing positive growth and awakening and shifting in your consciousness. The thing about today was to try to allow that divinity to come through everywhere. You know, and into this evening, we're going to participate in an hypnotic induction to have an opportunity to have that unity consciousness experience. And we're likely to do this same script, I'm thinking 3 times. We'll do it tonight, and we'll do it tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening as well. And by the second and third time you do the same script, you should be able to go deeper and deeper within it. And we're going to see how that works out. As always, very grateful to all of you who have taken part in this and are taking part in this or may choose to take part in it. You can start this at any time. The meditations are always there, all of them. You know, at the end of this, there's going to be 60 plus meditations alone, never mind all the ones done prior. So, you know, I figure there's at least 100 different meditations you can go through by subject, what's bothering you, what's going on at the time, and feel free to use them at any time. For tonight, I think it's time we begin. Very excited, looking forward to this induction script. And looking forward to the experiences that I have great faith that you are and will have. So with that, I would ask you to find that comfortable position. I have a different graphic for you this evening. Again, it's very passive. Doesn't involve anything that moves. And I would just like you to casually allow yourself to gaze at it. Just casually take it in. Don't allow yourself to look at it so hard that you feel strained. Just relax. Find yourself any position that you're comfortable in. Perhaps darken the room just a tiny bit. This particular induction has periods of silence in it. Do not worry. My voice will come back. I would like for you to listen. Don't try to figure out what you're listening to. Just listen. Listen the way you would eat, the way you would taste something. Just listen. As you notice the image draws you deeper within it. Is the food too salty or not salty enough or just right? Is it too sweet or not sweet enough or just right? Just listen. Don't try to figure out what you're listening to. Don't even try to figure out what I'm saying to you. Your brain will take care of that. Just listen. Around you is a universe of sound. Just listen. Sound is only the movement of air at your eardrums. Just listen. After a while, it may get hard to tell if you're listening or you're being listened, or who's listening, to what, or what's listening to whom, or who's listening to whom and what's listening to what. Just listen. Just listen. While you're listening, gazing deeply at the image on your screen, notice the pressure of gravity on your body. Feel how it tugs at your feet and your legs and your wrists. Feel how the pressure of gravity pulls at your shoulders and your back and your neck and your head. Feel how it is on your arms and on your hands. Notice how the tug of gravity on one set of muscles reflects itself in the muscles that are associated and connected with that set. Notice how you are not aware at all of this at the same time, but that sometimes you are aware of gravity in one part of your body and sometimes in another. And then your awareness shifts to another part, or perhaps moves back to the first place again, so that it forms an endless cycle, endlessly moving, endlessly changing, always different, yet always reoccurring as your attention moves over your body. After a while, it may get hard to tell whether you're pushing down on the chair or it's pushing up at you. Just feel the gravity. Stay in this space and just feel the gravity. Just feel it. And while you're listening, while you're feeling the gravity, notice how your skin feels. Areas of warmth and of cold. Perhaps a slight breeze blowing across your skin. Feelings of touch. Maybe a momentary sense of pain. Perhaps a tickle. Maybe a sexual sensation. This also forms an endless cycle, endlessly moving, endlessly changing, always recurring, but never the same. Notice now how your attention fluctuates over your whole body, so that sometimes you are aware of it in one part and sometimes in another. Don't try to identify with these sensations. Just feel them. After a while, it may get hard to tell if you're feeling them or they're feeling you, or who's feeling whom. Allow yourself to feel the sensations. Gaze deeper and deeper into the image. Allow yourself to feel the sensations. While you are feeling the sensations in your skin, and while you're listening and feeling gravity, notice your breathing. Notice how sometimes you breathe deeply, sometimes not so deeply. Sometimes you might even stop breathing for a few seconds. Then your breathing starts again. Your breathing, too, is an endless cycle, endlessly changing, endlessly recurring, always different. Never the same. but always repeating itself. Don't identify with your breathing. Just breathe. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Imagine that you're inside a large gas bag. When you breathe in, you are filling the gas bag. When you breathe out, you are emptying it. Don't try to breathe out. Just breathe in and let the air come out by itself. Imagine that at the back of your throat there is a valve. When you breathe in, the valve opens wide. As you breathe out, it gradually closes until when it's completely closed, you breathe in again and the valve opens wide again. Feel the air as it comes out through your mouth. Put your lower lip up against your upper teeth so you can see how the air feels slowing over your lip. Notice how when the air is in the back of your throat, it seems to form the sound ah. When it is in the middle of your mouth, it seems to form the sound so that as you breathe out, the air seems to be saying, ah. Notice how these sounds cover the whole of your mouth. Allow yourself to say, ah, and hear it. After a while, it may be hard to tell if you're breathing or if you're being breathed, or who's breathing what's breathing whom. Don't identify with your breathing. Just breathe. Just breathe. And while you are breathing and feeling the sensations in your skin and listening and feeling gravity, smell. Notice how sometimes when the air goes through your nostrils, you are aware of scents and odors. And at other times you are unaware. This too varies constantly and is constantly changing, constantly different, never the same. Don't identify with the sense, just smell. Smell the smells that come to you from the world around you, whatever they may be or may not be. After a while, it may be hard to tell whether you're smelling or you're being smelled, or who's smelling what, and what is smelling whom. Don't identify with the smells. Just smell. Just smell. While you're listening, smelling, feeling, and breathing, notice the thoughts and images that go through your head. Notice how sometimes there is only one thought or only one image. Sometimes there are many thoughts and many images. Sometimes none at all. These two form an endless cycle, endlessly changing, endlessly repeating itself, never the same. They come and they go, back and forth, in endless procession. One replaces the other. Many replace one. One replaces many. Or nothing may replace all. Or many thoughts and many images may replace a period of nothingness. Don't try to identify with the. Let them float through like clouds. Don't try to identify them. Just have them. After a while, it may be hard to tell whether you're thinking or you're being thought, and who's thinking what, what's thinking whom. Don't identify with your thoughts. Just watch them. Just watch them. And while you're thinking and listening and smelling and breathing and feeling, notice your feelings. Feelings of joy, feelings of sorrow, feelings of anger and feelings of peace, feelings of tension and feelings of calm, feelings of fear and feelings of courage, all of the thousands of feelings for which we have no names. These too come and go in an endless cycle, endlessly moving, endlessly changing, always different, never the same, but always recurring. Don't try to identify them. Don't identify with them. Just have the feelings. After a while, it may be hard to tell if you're having feelings or feelings are having you, or who's having what, or what's having whom, or what's having what and who's having whom. Don't try to identify your emotions. Don't identify with your feelings. Just feel them. Just have them. Just have them. And now, bring all your attention to yourself. Notice how sometimes you concentrate on the body, your physical self, and sometimes on your psychological or mental self, and sometimes on both. Notice how sometimes you concentrate on your body, but you don't pay attention to all of you at once, but that sometimes you focus on one part of you, and then on another part, and then on another. Perhaps you might move to the first part again. This too forms an endless cycle, endlessly changing, always different, never the same, always recurring. Your experience of yourself too shifts as your attention shifts. Notice that sometime you are supremely aware of yourself, and other times you are not aware, you are deepening. You may not be aware of yourself at all. When you like yourself, you are aware of yourself positively. And when you don't like yourself, you may be aware of yourself negatively. And there are all sorts of degrees of liking and disliking with which you may think about yourself or different aspects of yourself. Sometimes In one situation, you'll behave in one way, and sometimes in another situation, you'll behave in another way. These are all part of the self, which is always changing. And yet there is a part of the self that watches the self that changes, that is not involved in the change. You give the self that changes your own name, but there is a self that is beyond, that watches, which is greater than, which is beyond. For the eye that perceives is different from the eye it looks at. The self that perceives is different from the self it perceives. If the perceiving eye contains the eye that is perceived, it must be other than and greater than the eye that is perceived. Take off your mask. Take off your mask. The mask of your small self. Find out who you really are. Experience the self which perceives the lesser self, the eye that perceives the lesser eye. Know who you really are. See who you really are. Be who you really are. Take off the mask. The mask of your name. Know who you really are. Take off your mask. Take off your mask. You are male. You are female. You are both male and female. You are neither male nor female, but both male and female. You are young, you are old. You are both young and old, but neither young nor old. Located in time, but timeless. Bound in space, but boundless. You have a past and a present, but neither past nor present, but both past and present. You have a past and a future, but neither past nor future, but both past and future. You have a present and future, but neither present nor future, but both present and future. You have a left and a right, but neither left nor right, but both left and right. You have a front and a back, but neither front nor back, but both front and back. You have a top and a bottom, but neither top nor bottom, but both top and bottom. Wherever you look, universes appear. When you look away, they cease to be. and yet they never were. In any face that you look are all faces, happy and sad, grotesque and beautiful, light and dark. In any face, you can see your own face. You are here. You are there. You are both here and there, but neither here nor there. Around and through you, everything is in motion, yet nothing moves, and still it moves. For whatever is not, and whatever is not is, and whatever is, and whatever is not, at one and the same time. What is true, whatever is false, but whatever is true is false, and whatever is false is true at one and the same time. And you are separate from everything in the universe, and you are everything else in the universe. Whatever exists rests in you. Whatever does not exist rests in you. You rest in everything that exists. You rest in everything that does not exist. For nothing exists that does not exist, and nothing that does not exist that exists. There is no end to you, and no beginning, although you have both an end and a beginning. You are you, and you are me, and yet you are not you, and you are not me. You are anyone else and not anyone else. You are all the subjects around you, and you are not any of these objects. The world is your multiplicity, and the world is your unity. You are the multiplicity of the world. You are the unity of the world. There is north and south, east and west. Yet there is no north or south, there is no east or west. All separations do not exist. Although everything is separate, all boundaries have vanished, but everything is bounded. Know who you really are. Be who you really are. Become who you really are. But there is no being, there is no becoming, there is no knowing. You are the similarity of all opposites and the opposite of all similarities, the center of all boundaries and the boundary of the centers. Know who you are. Rest in this space for a while. Be who you are. Know who you are. Be who you are. Know who you are. Now gradually Let opposites and polarities reassert themselves. Let the distinctions between is and is not return. Let the distinctions between here and there return. Let the distinctions between boundedness and boundlessness return. And now it's time for you to return. Time to put on your mask again. The mask of your usual identity. The mask of your name. But in putting on the mask, you don't have to put on all of the games you've played. Some of the games were games that hurt you. When you put on your mask, put on with it only the good games, the games that benefited you. Now that you know who you really are, you don't have to play the games that hurt you. So put on your mask again. Allow your sense of I to return. But remember who you really are and what you really are. Gradually, allow your usual relationship to your perceptions and your senses return, but only as much as you want them to. And now, when you're ready, being already here, present in the here and now, whenever you're ready, slowly, gently, open your eyes. I see that Janet had joined as well. Hello, Janet. Nice to see you as well. I hope that this has been a beautiful hypnotic induction for you. If you don't feel it's worked very well the first time, that's okay. We're going to use this same one a few more times and allow you just to relax. It is not important. As a matter of fact, the words are specifically designed to short-circuit your consciousness a little bit. Just allow yourself to enjoy the relaxation, the sense of peace, the sense of warmth, tranquility. The magic happens in the subconsciousness. There is truly nothing to do except enjoy yourself. As always, much love from the bottom of my heart and Kelly's to you and all of you in this world, all of us, every single member of that glorious whole. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.